A local neighborhood woke up to chaos and tragedy. A police officer stabbed, the suspected attacker shot and killed, and now a community is waiting for answers. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Ken Rice.
And I'm Christine Sorensen. Our news crews are on top of this developing story. Jessica Guay is outside the hospital where the officer is being treated. But first, let's go to Nicole Ford with what we know right now. Nicole.
Ken, Christine, Pennsylvania State Police have taken over this investigation following that officer-involved shooting early this morning. Now, when it comes to details, troopers aren't releasing much as they wait to hear word on that officer's condition. Crime scene tape and detectives cover West Jefferson Street Tuesday morning.
Next thing you know, I hear a man screaming. You know, I'm thinking this is just Butler, so it's just how it is.
But to J.D. Marley's surprise, he says gunshots quickly followed that scream.
Breaks my heart, you know, when things like this happens, because there's a lot of people with mental problems that needs help, and he was obviously one of them.
Marley's referring to 35-year-old John Eberts. He was known around town as the neighbor who was always walking up and down the streets, and today was no different.
At approximately 6:54 a.m., Butler County 911 was notified of an erratic male jumping in and out of traffic.
State police say a Butler City officer answered the call, and within 2 minutes, Eberts stabbed that officer, and the officer shot and killed Eberts. A tragedy for both sides, according to the community.
All these cops here, they're with the community, Butler City, Township, and State. They're usually with the community. They don't want to see this happen, and I know for a fact they don't want to take someone's life.
Lining the streets were witnesses, one of which was Ebert's husband, Joe. He tells me his husband suffered mental health issues, but was compassionate and loving. As he sits at the spot Eberts died, he tells me how he wished it ended different and his husband got the help he needed. He went on to tell me that he doesn't blame the officer for what happened to his husband, but hopes that in the future, officers are able to have more training when it comes to mental health cases. Now, as for that Butler City officer's condition, we go to our Jessica Guay with team coverage from UPMC Presby.
Nicole, the Butler City police officer is still in critical condition with multiple stab wounds inside UPMC Presbyterian. A name has not been released, but we do know the officer is a 27-year-old U.S. Marine veteran who's been with the Butler City Police Department for 3 years. To recap, state police say that officer went to West Jefferson Street this morning where a man named John Eberts was acting erratically, and then a violent struggle ensued. They say Eberts was fatally shot after he stabbed the officer with a knife multiple times. The officer was flown to this hospital by medical helicopter and underwent surgery for his injuries here. We're seeing many people showing support for the injured officer all over social media today. The Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 91 Allegheny County wrote on Facebook, sending our thoughts and prayers to our brother Butler officer that was stabbed and is at UPMC Presbyterian. They also offered their assistance to the FOP in Butler County. We're waiting to hear back from the president of the Butler County FOP, who was here with the officer and his family today. Make sure to join us back here at 6 where we'll continue our coverage on this developing story. And when we learn who the officer is and how their surgery went today, we'll make sure to bring those updates to you. Live in Oakland, Jessica Guay, KDKA News.